It is a story we have all witnessed, a narrative that has unfolded before our very eyes for over a decade. We saw them grow, not just as artists, but as individuals who found love in the bright, often unforgiving lights of the public stage. The journey of a real-life couple like KathNiel, Catherine Bernardo, and Daniel Padilla felt like our own. Their milestones became our celebrations, their on-screen chemistry a reflection of a tangible off-screen reality that spanned 11 years. They built a world together, brick by brick, moment by moment, creating a formidable fortress of a relationship that many believed was impenetrable, a standard for enduring love in a fleeting industry. They were a testament to commitment, a symbol of a love that could seemingly withstand anything. But as we have learned, even the most beautiful stories have their final chapters. The announcement of their separation in November 2023 sent shockwaves, not because love stories end, but because this particular one felt different. It felt permanent. The public was left grappling with a simple yet profound question. How can something so real, so long-lasting, simply cease to be? How does a connection nurtured for more than a decade unravel? The end of their era forces us to look beyond the curated photos and romantic getaways, prompting a deeper, more introspective conversation about the very nature of long-term relationships and their inherent fragility, no matter how strong they appear on the surface. The truth is, a decade is a long time. It is enough time for people to evolve, to change, and to grow in directions they never anticipated. A relationship that starts in one's youth is built on the dreams and personalities of who they were then. But as years pass, life happens. Experiences shape us, challenges mold us, and our personal aspirations can shift from a shared horizon to individual destinations. The end of a long-term partnership is rarely a sudden implosion. More often, it is a slow, quiet drift, a gradual realization that the people you are today are no longer the same people who first fell in love all those years ago. This is the quiet tragedy that many long-term couples face. It is not always a dramatic betrayal or a single cataclysmic event that brings things to a close. Sometimes, it is the slow erosion of connection, the subtle yet persistent feeling of drifting apart, as Catherine herself mentioned. It is the realization that you are walking parallel paths instead of the same one. The love may still be there, residing in the shared history and the deep fondness for the person you grew up with. However, the compatibility, the alignment of your souls and future plans may have quietly faded into the background, leaving behind a respectful but irreparable distance. What causes this gradual drifting? Often it begins with the cooling of emotions, a natural phenomenon that can be difficult to navigate. The initial fire and intensity of a new romance inevitably mellow over time, settling into a comfortable warmth. But if not actively nurtured, that warmth can turn lukewarm and eventually cold. The daily grind, professional pressures, and the simple routine of life can create a space where couples begin to operate as partners in logistics rather than partners in life. The small gestures of affection, the deep conversations, and the shared laughter become less frequent, replaced by assumptions and the silence of familiarity, which can be mistaken for understanding. This leads to another critical factor, the breakdown of communication. In any relationship, but especially in one that has spanned over a decade, it is easy to believe you know everything about your partner. You assume their thoughts, predict their reactions, and finish their sentences. While this can be a sign of deep intimacy, it can also become a barrier to genuine communication. People are constantly evolving, and their inner worlds, their fears, dreams, and disappointments change with them. When we stop asking the hard questions and stop actively listening, we begin to form a relationship with the memory of who our partner was, not the person they are becoming right now. Furthermore, the divergence of personal dreams is a powerful, often unavoidable force in the dissolution of long-term bonds. The goals you set as a 20-year-old may look vastly different from the aspirations you hold at 30. One person might crave stability and a quiet life, while the other develops a hunger for new adventures, career risks, or personal transformations that lead them down a different road. It is not a matter of right or wrong, or whose dream is more valid. It is simply a matter of growing into different people, whose fundamental desires for the future no longer align in the way they once did so perfectly. This change in personal ambition is not a betrayal of the relationship, but rather a testament to individual growth. We are all on our own personal journeys of self-discovery. And sometimes, those journeys require us to walk a path alone for a while. Acknowledging that you and your partner now want fundamentally different things out of life is an act of profound honesty and courage. It is a painful recognition that the love you share is no longer enough to bridge the gap between your diverging futures. This is where respect must take precedence over possession, allowing each other the freedom to pursue their own happiness, even if it means doing so apart. This brings us to a crucial understanding. Love, on its own, is not always enough to sustain a relationship. The grand, sweeping emotion that brings two people together is merely the foundation. A lasting partnership is a complex structure built with many other materials. Respect is one of the primary pillars. Respect for each other's opinions, boundaries, individuality, and personal growth. Without it, love can curdle into control or resentment. When respect falters, so does the integrity of the entire relationship, no matter how much love or history is shared between the two individuals involved. It is the bedrock upon which all else is built. Equally important is the element of teamwork and mutual support. A relationship is a continuous joint venture. It requires both partners to show up, to contribute, and to support each other's endeavors, both shared and individual. When one person feels they are carrying the emotional, mental, or logistical weight of the partnership alone, the balance is broken. The feeling of being a team, of facing the world together, is replaced by a sense of isolation. This is why the duration of a relationship is not a guarantee of its strength. A decade of proximity does not automatically translate into a decade of true partnership and collaboration. Moreover, a healthy relationship must be a space that fosters personal growth, not stifles it. Two people should feel that they are better individuals because they are together. They should inspire each other, challenge each other, and celebrate each other's personal victories. If a relationship becomes a cage, however gilded, where one or both partners feel they cannot pursue their own passions or evolve into the person they are meant to be, it becomes unsustainable. The human spirit naturally yearns for expansion, and any bond that restricts this instinct will eventually face a breaking point, as individuals choose self-preservation over shared stagnation. Therefore, the longevity of a relationship is not the ultimate measure of its success. A partnership that lasts for 50 years, but is devoid of respect, joy, and individual growth, is not necessarily more successful than one that ends after a decade, but was filled with genuine connection and learning. The KathNiel story reminds us that even with immense love and a significant shared history, the absence of these other crucial components, aligned goals, unwavering respect, and room for individual evolution, can lead to an inevitable and necessary conclusion. The end is not a failure, but a sign that the structure could no longer stand. It is essential to normalize the act of walking away, even when love remains. The decision to end a long-term relationship is often one of the most difficult and mature choices a person can make. It is an acknowledgement that love and compatibility are not the same thing. You can love someone deeply, cherish the history you have built, and still recognize that you are no longer the right partners for each other's future. This kind of separation, born from respect and a painful honesty, is not a failure. Rather, it is an act of profound love for both oneself and the other person. The love to let go so that both can find true fulfillment. Every relationship, regardless of how it ends, is a classroom. It teaches us about our own capacities for love, forgiveness, and resilience. It reveals our weaknesses, our strengths, and our non-negotiable needs in a partner. The end of a chapter does not erase the lessons learned within its pages. For both Catherine and Daniel, and for anyone who has gone through a similar experience, the 11 years they shared were not a waste. Those years shaped them, contributed to the people they are today, and provided them with invaluable insights that they will carry into the next phases of their lives. The pain of the ending does not negate the value of the journey. The aftermath of a breakup is a powerful invitation to rediscover and prioritize oneself. It is a time for introspection, for healing, and for rebuilding a strong relationship with the person you see in the mirror. This journey of self-love is not selfish, it is necessary. It is about understanding your own worth outside of the context of a partnership and learning to provide for your own happiness. As we see both individuals now focusing on their own careers and paths, it serves as a reminder that an ending is also a beginning. A A chance to pour all the love and energy you once gave to a relationship back into yourself. Ultimately, the end of an era like KathNiel's leaves us with a message of hope. It teaches us that life is a series of chapters, and the closing of one, no matter how beautiful, makes way for another to begin. There is grace in endings and immense potential in new beginnings. Respecting the past, honoring the love that was, and bravely stepping forward into an unknown future are all part of the human experience. It is a testament to our capacity for growth, resilience, and the enduring belief that even after the most heartbreaking of goodbyes, the sun will, without fail, rise again.